We got Brett Johns back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Aljamain Sterling at UFC Fight Night 128 on April 21st. Brett, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well. It's been a long camp. I've known about this fight for a very long time, and I'm looking forward to getting it over and done with, and just relaxing after it. Really,
And we're recording this on a Sunday. Typically, what does a Sunday look like for you? Is that more of like a rest day?
Yeah, Sundays are always my rest day. I enjoy having the weekend off, especially because of we train hard all week in the Christmas Academy, and the weekend seems to be our rest period. And all the boys, everybody in the gym, you know what I mean. We all take some time off. We go out, like for example, one of the two of the guys now has they fought last weekend or the weekend before, so they're going out tonight for the bank holiday weekend here in the UK, because of obviously Easter. And everybody's out drinking, and I'm on the coffee.
Yeah, you got the coffee there. That's great. We got to talk about your last fight, man. I mean, that was an amazing finish. You get the calf slicer 30 seconds into the fight. You finished Joe Soto at the tough finale. Could that fight have gone any better? And where does that win rank in your career, just with the fact that it was, you finished Joe Soto and also just the way it ended?
Yeah, obviously it was a big win, and it catapulted me, I always go off my Instagram followers, and I signed to the UFC. It went up a hell of a lot, and then obviously after the calf slicer, it went up a lot again. So yeah, it was a big impact. It was a massive impact for the MMA scene, really, especially the bantamweight division. We slipped into the top 15. That's what we had planned anyway for the end of the year, and we only want to go up from this. It's been exciting. Obviously. I don't really dwell on things too much. I mean, obviously we had the fight, and then I had December off, and it was straight back in. A lot of people take a lot of time off. That wasn't the case this fight. They wanted to jump straight back in. So as soon as January come around, I was back in the gym working hard, ready for the next one. And the call came through that it was Aljamain, and that's what I wanted. But on the calf slice thing, it was one of them things that. It just happened, the stars aligned that night for me, and it's definitely got me more popular in the UFC.
Good stuff. And you mentioned that fight being in December, and this fight's in April. Was that the right amount of time off for you, or did you want to get in a bit sooner?
Yeah, no, that's I said looking back at the UFC London card, I wouldn't mind being on that, but they offered Aljo, and it was too good of a fight to kind of turn down. It was either fight someone maybe potentially outside of the top 15 in London, or fight someone in the top 10 in New Jersey, and I was always going to take that option.
Yeah.
It's a very tough fight, I knew, but I've never been kind of afraid to lose that 0 on the record. I never have. I want to fight the best guys I can out there. So it was. It wasn't even a question for me. I knew it had to be Aljamain, and I knew it had to be New Jersey. I was a bit disappointed because of Wales. Everybody knows I travel a lot with Wales football, and Wales were playing out in China a week after London, so I kind of had my hopes on fighting in London and then going out to China after it. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. And I know how Wales are playing Mexico in Pasadena in May 28th. Maybe I'll go that one instead.
Right, yeah, you got to kind of coordinate your schedule and everything. So yeah, you're taking on Aljamain Sterling. He's coming off he's coming off a loss actually. How do you feel like you match up against him in this fight?
Yeah, it was. It's stylistically, it's a tough matchup. He's well rounded. I don't see. His grappling is strong. His wrestling is strong. His striking is okay as well. He's a guy though. I think he's going to come strong in this fight. I definitely think that he's a guy who was obviously come off a bad. He's lost before now, but they were decision losses. The last one was a stoppage loss, and I'm almost certain he's going to come back the strongest Aljamain. He's going to want to get a win. And, that's what I wanted, though. I don't want to fight the worst Aljamain Sterling. I want to fight the best Aljamain Sterling. And fingers crossed he's had a great camp because of, for me personally, it's been a tough one. It really has. And, like little things, I've struggled with the camp with, I've trained so hard. It's like I can look back at camp right now and say, you know what? On the physical side of things, it was I couldn't have done it. I can't do any more than what I'm doing now, and I'm going to look back at the fight, regardless if I win, lose or draw. I'm going to look back and say I couldn't have done anything else, which I truly believe that. I can't train any harder than what I am now. And like I said, it's going to be nice to see the outcome, and obviously things go to plan like we want. We'll beat Aljamain on April 21st, and then I have a name in mind. Who I want next. I won't say that because I think it's disrespectful towards Aljamain, but it's definitely something I'm looking the next couple of steps ahead.
Of course, yeah. You got to look ahead, especially with a record like you, 15-0. I mean, you have to be looking ahead pretty good. As far as training camp, you talked a bit about it there. Is it just been the same training partners, same coaches, everything like that, or have you changed things up a little bit?
Yeah, I'm realistically speaking, kind of the same for the last one. I worked a lot with Darren Wilson, who's remember the Mayweather McGregor card, the boxing card. The co-main event was Bardo Jack. He fought. The co-main event was Bardo Jack, and he fought Nathan Cleverly. Nathan Cleverly's a Welsh boxer. His pal Darren Wilson is now with me.
Oh, great.
So
okay.
So he's been there for a while. He's been there for about 2 or 3 fights now, and he's been a really good pad man. And we're excited to show different weapons. We really are, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. I think for me, I'm a guy who likes to see improvement in my game, and the boxing was definitely one of the weaker areas. But everybody's starting to see, from the Quack fight, from the Morales fight, for the first 20 seconds of the Joe Soto fight, I'm starting to feel comfortable on the feet now. And I've always had the power there, just never been able to execute it. So April 21st, hopefully we'll see where we go from there.
And has the weight cut process started already for you? I know this fight's a bit of a ways away.
Yeah, obviously we're like 3 weeks away yesterday from the fight. 2 weeks out from Vegas, it's about 155, 20 pounds over 2 weeks out. It's 3 weeks out. I'm 155 now. So it's about right for me. But I'm waking up at 155. But I'm waking up. I remember I weighed in 155 a couple of days ago, but I had a feast the night before. I went to bed late, woke up early, weighed in, and still weighing 155. So it's one of them things for me. And the weight cut, as everybody knows, is something I always struggle with every single fight. But especially the last 3 fights. I've had 4 scheduled fights at midweight all 4 times, and I found my own little rhythm of doing it. People would disagree with the way I do it, but it makes me feel more comfortable. I've done like 3 or 4 different ways of cutting weight, and I haven't found the way to do it properly. But I feel like now, since signing the UFC, we found like that we kind of put a lid on that, and it's one of the things now. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. This one is for me. It's like, I always have that nervous energy before a fight, and don't get me wrong, I'll get a fight week and stuff when I'm out there. But for the minute, I think because we spent 2 weeks out in Vegas prepping for the Joe Soto fight, I was really apprehensive about going. Because that trip went so well, I feel like now I'm not so apprehensive. I'm not so nervous about going out. I think we're planning on maybe spending about 3 or 4. We're not going to spend as long as we did in Vegas for the simple reason that it's not needed. Because obviously with Vegas, you've got the humidity, you're in the desert, the nightlife. So Atlantic City's a bit more humid for me, and we'll go out a couple of days later, not too long, but 2 or 3 days later after than what we need to be, and plenty of running to get our weight down, and then we'll see where we go from there.
And how do you see this fight playing out on April 21st?
I find this hysterical because you asked the same question with Soto, and I was like, I think it's gonna go 15 minutes, and it went complete opposite. So
this is all you have to do. You just have to say it's gonna go the distance, and then you'll finish it.
I'll just say the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it seems to be working for you.
I think it's gonna be a tough 15 minutes. No, I don't really know. It's gonna be one of them things. I've thought about the way I never really plan my route in a fight. I think it's bad to do that. On a personal level, other fighters might do that. That's fine, but for me, I don't do that. But I'm confident now. I'm a lot more confident with the boxing, and not that I think Aljamain's chinny. He got caught with a bad shot his last fight, but I feel like the people are yet to see that power from Brett Johns in the striking side. And my training partners will back me up. They know I hit hard. It'd be nice to get that stoppage with the hands, But look, by no means I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be like a bull in the china shop. That guy's going to, as soon as I land the right shot, he's going to shoot, and he's a good wrestler. And I feel like maybe on his side of things, with Aljo, he's coming off that loss. I mean, on a personal level, I think I could be completely wrong here. on a personal level, I feel like he's gonna try and go wrestle heavy, just try and win the fight really, because of he's coming off that loss. I think he's gonna want to win, and he's gonna do anything he needs to do to get that win. So I feel like from Aljamain, it'll be more of a wrestling style matchup. For me personally, look, I'm going out there to try and finish the fight. I sound so good. Before my UFC days, I wasn't this fighter. Just you spoke to me years ago on Titan FC, and I'd be winning these 5-round decisions all the time. But now something's just switched in my head. I don't know what it is. I feel more confident. I feel better, and I'm looking for that stoppage. I really am, and to me, it doesn't matter whether Aljamain's 8th or 1st. I want to fight every single guy in that top 10. I really do. But like I said, first is Aljamain. I'll be the first ever Welsh guy to ever slip into the top 10 in the world. You know what I mean? I was the first guy to ever be ranked, first guy to win a world title, the first guy to step on the UFC canvas. I want to be that guy who keeps writing in the history books. And for example, like last night was a big one for me. Anthony Joshua versus Joseph Parker. That's in my home country. That's in Wales. That's in the stadium. People saw that stadium. It was full, and I want to be the guy who brings that back to Wales. I really do, and I think I can do it. But it's no secret. I got to keep winning these fights, and like I said, it'd be nice to get a win over Aljamain, and they try and set up a Principality Stadium fight. Because we got the luxury of our roof on the stadium kind of shuts. It opens and shuts, and it'd be nice to see like maybe McGregor versus Habib there. Darren Till, if he wins his next fight versus Tyrone Woodley. Stick me on the main card, and we'll see where we go from there.
If you get the win here, you'll be 16-0. I got to know, you're probably looking close to a title shot at some point. Realistically, how far away do you think you are? Because if you keep getting wins like this, it's only a matter of time.
In Brett Jones' ideal world now, I'll beat Aljamain on the 21st of April. I'll fight the guy I want to fight next. I'll beat him. Then I'll get my title shot. There's the name I got next is a mountain to climb, but obviously, I think it'll be bad luck and disrespectful towards Aljamain to say that. But the name I have next, this is going to show the people that I don't care about this record. That people like mention this record, man. You're 15. I couldn't care if I was 0-15. I want to fight the best guys in the world, and I want to fight. And there's something about stepping into that octagon and just being in front of some other human being, just gets the hairs on my back up. It does, and I want to be known for fighting the best guys in the world. I don't want to be that guy that people look in years come and say, he fought a has-been, man. He fought this guy, he fought that guy. I want to be the guy who fought the best guys. The UFC have given me names, and I have bitten their hand off every single time for every single name they've given me. Like I said, it's no different. But this time, I'm going to do Sean Shelby's job for him, We get that win over Aljo, and we'll see. We'll go from there.
It's going to be an awesome fight. It's UFC Fight Night 128 coming up here April 21st. Brett, it is always good talking to you, man. Thanks for taking the time as always. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media. And if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, like I said, obviously I'm on all sorts of social media. The Brett Jones MMA on Instagram is my biggest one at the minute. We've hit 17k of followers, which I'm absolutely grateful for. Blessed with the support. Thank you to obviously my friends, my family. Thank you to the Christie's Academy. Thank you to the SOC. And also I just want to mention that obviously I've got a website out now. We're starting to kind of brand myself here. Brett Jones MMA. It's just a load of apparel and clothing. You know what I mean? We've got some lovely snapbacks coming in. So if any guys want to have a look, check that out. That's something I haven't done before. I'm quite excited for. That's another chapter, of the fighting world. We'll see where we go from there. But yeah, check the website out. That's brettjonesmma.com. So check that out. And just thank you, James, for taking the time to talk to me. I'm excited to get this one on the road and fight on one of the greatest cards I've ever been blessed to be put on.